Well, good afternoon. My name is Tom. I come to you from the great state of Maine. I got a video I got to do for at least one of my subscribers, but probably at least a half a dozen. I've had a few questions about my welder. What kind of welder do I use? All of that. So today this is for Enos. Enos rattled my cage a week ago and had all kinds of questions about this welder. So Enos, this is for you. At the same time, I want to say hello to Stacy. Hello, Stacy. You guys been around the channel for quite a while. Know Stacy from the comments. He's been dealing with cancer. I got a feeling, well, he texted me a couple days ago and said not doing as well as what he had hoped. So keep Stacy in your hearts and prayers. So Stacy, this is Sunday morning. I know you said you watch these videos while you're either in the hospital or at home or wherever it is. I want to say hi, have a cup of coffee. And Stacy, you have been an inspiration to this channel. I want to say more than you say I've been an inspiration to you. You have been here, and you're everything. You guys have been here. I almost feel like I've been to your camp. You're telling me about your projects over the years. Stacy has a camp on the banks of the Mississippi River. Can't even tell you, you guys that live there, you probably you got thoughts about Maine, because how I live up here, and well, from up here in Maine, we have thoughts about the Mississippi River, places that we will never probably see. And he's talked about his boat for the Mississippi River, and just different whole family goes down. So Stacy, you and deer hunt. He sent me some deer pictures over the years of gorgeous deer. He has a really nice hunting area where, now I might get all this wrong, Stacy, but I'm going by memory. I'm pretty sure, I know it's veterans, but I'm not sure if it's I'm pretty sure he said handicapped veterans over the years that he's taken out to his hunting stands and stuff like that. They've got what do you say, it's almost the size of Beaver Creek Deer Camp. His hunting shack that he can put a whole family in, it's 8 by 10, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what I think. He just told me that not too long ago in one of the comments. So Stacy, thank you for everything you have done for this channel since almost probably even the first video. I know you have been here from the very beginning. And maybe 4 years ago, he sent me a box of traps for coyote trapping. And then he sent me a hide from a muskrat. Stacy has had a lot of fun sending stuff to the state of Maine. So, anyways, Enos, here's your video. I got a text from I got an email from Enos. And then in the comments, hey, did you get my email? Enos, I got your email. Easier to do a look over than it is to write down a whole bunch of stuff for answering it. I'll do a close-up of the front here before we get finished. I'm just going to go over a couple things. I'm not a welder, but I have been having fun with this welder. I did find it easy to learn. It came with really good directions. It has 2 knobs. One is for heat and one is for the speed of the wire. Got a gun right here. And this is flux wire. So you can use this outside, no problems at all. The wind doesn't affect it. Do like I did. Take two pieces of metal and then start welding it together until you figured out how to do it. That's exactly how I did it. and now I welded a step for this. I welded a step for the tractor the other day. I needed to beef up the step on here. The step also is how the clutch is hooked up to this tractor. Well, the step was torn and bent. That's the way I got it. So that meant the clutch wasn't working like it was supposed to. So I beefed up that step, built a nice step for it, made it a little bigger so that my big gaumy feet can fit on it. And I did all this with this welder. I built a meat pole for Beaver Creek with this welder. All kinds of things. What was I out here fixing the other? Oh yeah, I fixed my Jeep jack a week ago. I would have been last week. It would have been almost 2 videos ago. I was working on the Jeep jack. I did that with this welder. As you can see on the side it says Forney. If you can't make out the words, FOR apostrophe NEY. And like I said, it's been a great great welder for me. I've been having fun with it. Now, Enos, you did ask if it's a 110 or 220. That's a 110. It'll plug into a 110, or you can take off this adapter and now you can plug it into, this is the 220 that's on my generator. So, but here in the shop, I just plug into the 110. There's 2 knobs here. One is for the heat. If you're doing lighter metal like tin or a little thicker than tin, you want to turn the heat down, and you also want to turn the speed of the wire down. If you're going to do bigger stuff, like I was welding on that step bed rail, then you want to turn the heat up and turn the speed of the wire up. I have, for doing that bed rail, I have it set on the voltage, which is the heat part. I got it set on 7, and then the speed I have cranked right up. The speed I have cranked up to 10. What that means is I'm laying down as much wire as I possibly can. The other question that Enos had was the wire. You can see in there, Enos, this comes with a small roll of wire, just enough to get you started. And you can see I bought the biggest roll that they have at Harbor Freight, so that I filled it right up, so I'll be all set for a while. All this stuff came from Harbor Freight. The machine came from Harbor Freight. These right here, and the wire that's in there, his other question is what size wire. 0.030. These are extra tips. Now I haven't had to change, I think I've had to change one. I know I have, because there's one missing in that package. You unscrew this top here. I'll make sure you guys can see. You unscrew that top, and this right here is the tip. These are brand new tips. You can buy a package of 10 at Harbor Freight, and that's what I did. If this tip becomes clogged, pop it out. It just screws out. Screws out. You can screw in a new one. Then put the cover back on. That's it. I also got my slag hammer at Harbor Freight. My 2 cents, and other people liked my welding helmet. This came from Harbor Freight as well. It's an automatic shield. Because I'm not a welder, it's a lot easier if I can see where I've got to go in there before the glass darkens up. It's an automatic shield in there. Once the arc starts, then the shield closes down, and you can even adjust that to very, very dark or not quite so dark. So you can make it to where you can see what you're doing and figure out where to weld and how to weld. So, but that came from Harbor Freight. I can't remember the prices. I wish I could, but I picked this up, I don't know, 3 years ago, I guess, give or take. I was starting to have a lot of small projects, and it was getting too much money to take them to the welding shop. So by having extra projects to do, little ones, that's what I did. The other thing you want to know about this is the ground. I got that at Harbor Freight too. They have a wheel grinder that I got at Harbor Freight for under $15. Same thing, almost 4 years ago. So they were 12 something. I was under $15. I bought two because I figured I would wear one out, being only $12. Well, got one still in the box, brand new, and the other one I'm still using. I buy the disc right there at Harbor Freight as well. So whenever I need the disc for it, a cutting disc, I go to Harbor Freight. They sell them in packs of 5, packs of 10, and then that's how I cut my steel that I need to have cut. But you want to clean up when you're going to start welding. In order for this to work, you have to have a good ground on the piece of metal that you're working with. So somewhere close by where you're going to be welding, take your wheel grinder and just scuffy up an area, nice and clean, nice clean steel, so that you've got a good ground for your welding. And the same thing with where you're going to weld. It'll weld a lot better if you can clean up the metal a little bit, get rid of the rust, get rid of the paint, and you'll have a much easier time welding. And then when you finish, just give it a quick coat of spray paint out of a can, just to take care of any rusting or anything like that. So, but that about wraps this up. I'll take the camera off so I can come up and get a good close-up view. Inside of here was the wheel has an adjustment knob on it, so you can adjust the tension that's on the wire. Getting the wire started was a simple task. It comes with quick start directions, all of that. So otherwise than that, Enos, I don't know anything else to say about it other than go ahead, get it, and start working with it. I know it's not good for thick metal, but for everything I'm working with it on, it's fine. I haven't had a weld break yet. I'm over there with my meat pole, yanking deer up on it. I can't think of some of the other stuff, but that step is a really good weld project. Oh yeah, I had to weld on my seat on the back of this tractor. Different things like that. It's good for small projects, that's all I'm going to say. And then we're going to wrap it up by saying I'm not a welder. So don't critique anything about welding. I'm not a welder. All I'm doing is backyard projects that either work for my cabin or work from my boats. I need small parts and stuff like that welded together for even some of my boat projects. So that's it in a nutshell. So anyways, my coffee is in the shop. Working next time, going on, getting up to the cabin, all of that. But that'll wrap this video up for today. So Stacy, I hope you enjoyed this. And Enos, I hope this was handy for you. So, alrighty. You guys have a great week. And I'm missing my coffee. Missing my coffee hard. So you guys have a great week. And I'll see you next week.